What's going on, everyone? It would not be an interview with DT Dub, aka Berlin, without some shenanigans going on. So let me just greet everyone that's here at Twitch. Hello, Marisol. How are you? Hey, Carmen, what's going on? How are you doing, my sister? I hope you can hear me. I'm going to go ahead and go live on Green Room right now, and you will probably hear the audio twice, but that's okay. We just got to do it. Let me go ahead and bring Berlin up here now.
Okay.
Berlin. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it right on Green Room. We didn't get it right on Twitch and YouTube, but we're gonna do it right on Green Room. So I'm going live. I'm gonna play my opening music. Let's get this going.
All right.
All right, hello. It's your boy Steve, real name, no gimmicks, and we're back because it's Tuesday night, 8 p.m. for another installment of Conversations That Matter here at the Hold Up TV. Tonight, I am joined by a guest that has been long sought after by the police, the FBI, and any other government agency that's been looking for him. He is the host and owner and proprietor of DT DUBTV, a gaming and commentary streaming show. He also hosts a streaming show on Spoon called Random Discussions. He's the one, the only Berlin of DT DUBTV. Berlin, how you doing tonight, man?
Wait. Can I say whatever I want to say?
Well, you know, within reason, we are on Twitch, you know, and we are on YouTube.
Can I say the F word?
No, you know, let's try not to say the F word.
All right. Excellent, bro. Let me put excellent. You know what I mean? Like I'm feeling good. You know.
That's good to hear, man. Obviously, you and I were supposed to do this once before, and then you know, we got into our little static. But now we've moved on. It's a new world. You know, I've been chilling with you for a hot minute. I'm very proud of you. But why don't we start any interview or expose video the right way? Berlin. No, I'm just joking, man. Why don't you tell the people who you are and what you do?
You know, it's your boy DT DUBTV. You know, playing all the random games on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, content creator on YouTube, content creator on Spoon, normal everyday guy. I'm about to get monetized on YouTube. You know, your boy's been doing his thing for the longest. It's been a long time coming, but you know what? We try to stay humble throughout the whole entire experience. You don't let that shit get to us. You know, it's great to be here. Sometimes, I do forget about my blessings every now and then. Where like I'm thinking like. This is a pain to do, to always be uploading, editing videos. 'Cause then I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I'm putting out my videos, I be thinking like, you know, I be hoping that it reach like a bigger audience, and it doesn't. It's fine. You know, just build your own demographic on your content, bro. Eventually, like you'll get bigger. You know.
So let me ask you this question, Berlin. Let's start with the obvious stuff. How did you get started, brother?
Okay. How I got started. So I would say for a while now, it's this one YouTuber that I would watch that was like hilarious. I still watch him today. I love his content. I love his gameplays with his cousin. This guy's name is Israel85. He does like skits every now and then. But I always used to watch his videos. He used to play video games with his cousin and do like videos and like how the way they make games seem like really fun and it kind of make me like so like usually when I'm playing a game I'm not really invested into it. I don't really care about the story. But watching them, it's like I kind of care about the story and I get like a few laughs out of it. I'm like, I want to do that because that actually seems like that seems cool, you know. So for the longest I've been debating about it. at the girl that I was dating at the time, she actually motivated me to do that, to like actually record some content. And I'm be honest, at the beginning of my videos, I was not the person editing my videos. I wasn't. I didn't even
Who,
know how to edit at the time.
so who was editing for you? Was it someone else? The young lady? What was going on there?
It was a young lady at the
Oh,
time.
okay. Just
And,
running a sweatshop as usual. I can see.
yeah, but she taught your boy how to edit. I surpassed her in editing skills like by a margin, bro. And she's been very supportive, and like I'm not gonna lie, the logo on my damn channel, that's not even, I didn't even make that. She did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie and take all the credit when it really wasn't me, you know?
So it sounds like you got to crack it because you enjoyed these other two cats that were doing the work and you enjoyed what they were doing. Now, I've made my way through a good majority of your videos, right? I'm someone who, I can watch people play video games. I love commentary over video games. I love gag reels, that type of stuff. But before we really get into that, let's talk about your career on Spoon. So if for the listening audience or anyone catching up on Twitch who's catching the replay on YouTube, shout out to you. Spoon is an audio only streaming app. I would say out of the three of them, it's probably the one that I've enjoyed the most. Spoon being, Spoon, Green Room, and let's say Clubhouse. And that's where I encountered Berlin for the first time. So let's talk about how did you end up there? Because you're doing something a little differently on Spoon than you're doing on YouTube. And then I'm going to ask for your permission to kind of talk about how these things overlap. So how'd you get on Spoon?
I'm not. So I found out about something. I was kind of in a dark place, to be honest. At the time, I was dealing with a breakup. I didn't really have anybody to talk to. The friends that I currently had, they were cool and everything, but they really wasn't like the friends I was looking for. So I wanted to venture out, find new people, and I went into Spoon. I know for the longest I was like trolling because I kind of took it as a joke. I didn't take it serious, you know. I thought it was like, fun to mess around with people and stuff. And one of the main purpose of why I went on there was to find friends. The second purpose was to build a bigger audience to like kind of make them go over to my YouTube, which it kind of worked out, but not really. I ended up doing something completely different because it's not like you can actually sit there and scream what you're playing on Spoon. You know, they can hear you talking, but they don't see what you're playing. Uh, and how I got into the damn random discussions that I've been doing. I have a lot of questions about things I'm always thinking about on my own time, stuff that I watch. Where it's like, let me ask a few people about this. I started getting more interested in the whole red pill movement. Hey, red pill for life. You feel? But yeah, man. So my main audience was like for everybody, but now in Spoon, my main audience is women. I don't have not probably only a few guys coming there, but it's mostly women though, all the damn time.
So let me ask you this question. So you came on Spoon, and what was the first stream you jumped in when you got to Spoon? Because the first one I recall you in was obviously shout out to G Forte, the host of the Morning Journal, Rhythm and Muse, and Writer's Room. But I think that was the first time I encountered you, and then you came into one of my lives. What was the first one you went into, to your recollection?
The first live that I went to was Bird.
Oh, Bird Lovin'?
Yeah, believe it or
Holy
not. Yeah,
what was Bird talking about?
I don't know at the time. I really don't know. All I knew was that like they were like he was a nice dude, and I loved the people that he had around him. They seemed pretty cool. I was like, you know what? These some nice little people that you got here, man.
That's
You
right.
know.
That's right.
And I started venturing out. I went over to these one dudes that would do like these lives on like every Friday, and I seen somebody else that went live. They were using the same background that you were using, and I went into that, and it was you. So I found you by accident.
I'm telling you, that's what my mother said too. That's the same exact thing my mother said. And I remember you came in. So at first, my first encounter with you, you were the kid who spoke German, right? You hadn't gone by any of the other monikers, which we're going to go through in this interview and how each one was different in a different stage. You were just simply Berlin, right? And you would come in, you would say some stuff, and you would say some stuff in German, maybe hit on a few women, and that was about it. And then I started to see a morph. when the character Berlin started to grow. Now, I'm not saying that you're not 100% you all the time, but would you admit that there is a caricature that you play, and then there's Berlin, which I interact with in the Discord?
Oh yeah, most definitely. So there's a Berlin, there's a DT Dub TV, and then there's a me. I'm not gonna say my damn name, but there's a me.
It's all right. I have your name up in the banner. Bex told me the name, and so I just have it on the.
So the DT Dub TV dude, I'll probably say he's a little whiny little. The same thing for Berlin because he complains a lot too. To be honest, he's an a hole.
Okay.
He's like all of the above. Think about all the worst names, and that's him. You know.
Right.
But but even then, if they're like two different people, they're still kind of me. It's just like I can't be that in real life because people get pissed off at me. Like let's just say, for example, if I'm over here trolling my mom, she'll get pissed off. She wouldn't know what the hell I'm talking about. I can't do that. You know, she wouldn't have had the patience for it.
Right. But let's talk about that for a second, man. We'll get back to more of the early days on Spoon. So let's talk about Toxic Berlin, right? There's been some controversy surrounding Toxic Berlin, and how did the whole toxicity thing start on Spoon?
I think that's always been me, bro. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever since high school, always been me. I think the whole toxic thing started because I was starting getting more reactions out of people, started pissing them off more. So
Okay.
yeah, that's gonna feed me to want to do it more. I say my weakness is that you ignore me. If you ignore me, I have no power.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the so? But all right. So if it was to garner like attention, why then would you switch then to Coy Berlin? Because I know there was a point where you were getting too much attention, like you know what I'm saying. And you even come to me. You're like, I think people think a certain way about me, and I said to you, and this is before we had our schism. I was like, young brother, you're getting the attention that you are seeking. If you want something different, do something different. So is that when you switched up to Coy Berlin?
Yeah. And you know what? Actually, I switched that after I got banned for like a week.
That was a horrible week too. I remember it was like free Berlin hashtags everywhere.
Yeah.
So tell me about that week away, because it wasn't like you were in jail or anything like that, but you were off Spoon. I don't think you were still streaming on YouTube at the time. What was it like? And what did you do? Are you comfortable talking about what the accusation was or whatever you got banned for? If not, we move on. Just say yay or nay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What was this?
I don't give a damn, bro. I'm gonna talk about that shit. So on Spoon, I got kicked because such and such. Well, I'm just gonna say her name, Jehovah Witness. She would get pissed off that I would call her. I would ask her. I asked her like if she's a dude or not because by her voice, and then she got pissed off because I didn't remember like her. I'm like, you're not anybody important for me to remember, but like I'm over here questioning. Like I'm curious. I don't remember every fucking thing.
Okay.
So I went to 60s Live. I don't like the girl either. I went in there and she started popping off about some shit. I'm like, bro, you don't even know the whole fucking conversation. I was like, you know what? That's all right. That's how y'all rock. That's how y'all rock. That's why I don't fuck with y'all. But then like she got all her little sheep down there in the comment section, right? To basically like report me, and I got fucking banned for a whole week off that shit.
See, here I thought there was like some real controversy. So this was just Spoon drama. And what was that time away from Spoon like? And did you let me start there with that question. What was that time like away from Spoon?
It sucked at first, but then I was like, I can use this time to make some content, record some stuff.
Okay.
Edit some videos, do what I need to do in like real life, and that's what I did. Actually, to be honest, after that whole week of me being banned, it actually made me started thinking like it made me want to limit my time on Spoon because I started thinking like how productive I am when I'm not on here and how distracting Spoon can actually be.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you have a 9 to 5. A lot of people don't know that about you. You're a very hardworking dude. Extremely a workaholic for sure. I remember that was the content of one of your streams. And don't worry, folks, in the chat, I'm letting them pop tough right now. We're getting tough Berlin right now, but I'm gonna break them down a little bit because there's also emotional Berlin. And those are the streams that used to come on after Request Box Live. You know, the red rosé streams, the
Mm.
ice cream streams and stuff like that. But let's give the people what they really been waiting for. Berlin, me and you had a situation that I will admit Box Wine had heavily a lot to do with my response. But let's go over that for a second. You came into my stream one night. We were shitting around like we usually do. Do you remember the question you asked me that made me go Thanos Omega?
Yeah.
What was the question, young brother?
I think if I can remember, I think I asked you, do do people ever ask you, are you who you say you are, basically?
No. The question, see, if you'd have asked me that question, I'd have been like, yo, man, that's a good question. Let's pontificate on that for a second.
I could have sworn it was that.
No, you asked me like, hey, Steve, does anyone ever tell you come across as fake? And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Now, let me ask, what was the motivation behind the question? And what were you trying to get at? Because that was the one thing we never got you that night.
I'll probably say that the motivation is because I know that there's people out there that say they support me, and I was going through this with like a couple of my friends and shit like that, where it's
Right.
like they would like say like, oh, I watch your videos, and like they don't really. I'm like, bro, it's no reason for you to lie. Like, just say you don't watch my fucking videos. I'm not gonna be hurt by it, you know.
Right.
My videos aren't for everybody, and I'm like, that's cool. Just don't be over here lying to my fucking face like a dickhead, talking about, oh, I watch them when you really don't, you know.
Right.
Yeah, so that's where the root of it kind of came from. So I just started wanting to question people about that.
Okay. Now, so this is what I remember, right? About that night. That night, I can't remember what the stream, what the theme of the night was, and I remember why it took me aback was, one, I wasn't expecting the question, and two, you and I had built somewhat of a relationship outside of Spoon. Like we would talk to each other on IG and stuff like that, and like mess around. And I remember you came to me one day on Spoon. You're like, Steve, thanks for letting me be me. So it caught me off guard. You know what I'm saying? When you asked the question, because one, I was just like, well, why you ain't get at me on the side for this? And two, if this was like an interview question, like if you were trying to ask me a question in regards to like random discussions, why didn't you qualify it first? And I couldn't get you to qualify it. But then I had to do something I regretted. We went back and forth with each other that night, and then I kicked you, and I thought about it for a few weeks. Now, I want to tell you this. Now, I haven't said this to you, and we've spoken multiple times since then, you know, since the wall's been mended. I felt a certain type of way about removing you, right? I felt like in a way that I had joined on the hate Berlin bandwagon, when in actuality, that wasn't my intention. I just don't spend a lot of time arguing with people. What was it like on your side of the table?
Oh, on my side of the table, I was like, damn, like I'm hoping that he can understand, like, you know, it's just me asking questions as usual. Yeah, you know, I ask questions that, you know, people aren't comfortable with, but it's just my curiosity, bro. Like I'm gonna ask whatever the hell I want to ask. And be honest with you, a lot of times I do say what's on the top of my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and then here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about that. It's almost ironic, and this is what made me switch my position on it. I ask a lot of damn questions myself, right? I ask a lot of questions, and it's funny because we were talking about this the other night during our late night therapy sessions. I thought that I thought Izzy, who showed up directly around that time or after I kicked you, was you. So I'd be like, this motherfucker's still in the chat. Look at him pretending to be someone else. And then I realized you were two different people. I think for my part, what I can say publicly, because it happened publicly, I'm going to apologize now because my reaction didn't warrant. No, don't wave your hand at me. This is my show, man. I'll kick you again. If I want to make an apology, I'll do it right now. You know, my reaction didn't warrant the action. I wish I would have taken a moment of pause to kind of figure out what was going on there, but you know, it was one of those things where my ego got in the way because I heard it the way that I hear those things, like the way you grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that supposed to mean? And then I was happy that you know, cooler minds prevailed. Actually, you know who not spoke up on your behalf but warmed my heart towards the whole situation is our very own Carmen Rios. I remember it was a few streams later, like a week later, and I saw that I don't know how I knew that you were going on next. Someone brought it up in the chat and they were like, hey, is anyone gonna go to Berlin's thing? I was like, yeah, y'all should most certainly go to Berlin stream after this, man. Whatever the topic is, go support that young brother. And I remember Carmen said something in the chat where she was like, "Bless you, Steve," and I was like, but that softened my heart to the entire situation because you were doing some good work at 12 a.m. Monday through Friday. You started a new stream that wasn't random conversation. You were more in your feelings, and I don't mean that in a disparaging way. You were talking about things that are pressing to your life. Tell us about that late night stream you used to do.
Oh man, the late night screen was mostly when I was under the influence, bro. To be honest with you, and
It's the best way to be.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really dealing with something because I remember like for the longest when I get drunk, usually I'm goofy and giggling, but at these times it's like I was kind of like sad and depressed. And I remember one time I woke up at 4 or 5 in the morning and I made it to G's live stream. I was just sobbing in bed. I was like, bro, what the hell is going on with me?
Right. Right.
It started making me like rethink like you know everything that I've been through and like where I'm at right now in life, and I just wasn't happy. So you know what? It took me a while of just being inside G's live stream, basically to get some motivation, get an idea of like what I want to do or what direction to head in, and
Right.
to tell myself that it's okay to pause and be patient in life. You don't always have to rush everything or see everything on like a time limit.
Right.
So I really needed that, man. At that time, and it really has changed me because I know I really haven't been stressing out a lot lately. Yeah, some stuff I gotta do, but I'm not over here stressing and walking back and forth, procrastinating or anything like that. I'm actually pretty calm. I really needed that, you know.
No, I do, man. There was some very poignant topics you went into. I remember I jumped in one night and you were talking about relationships and relationship dynamics and your experience with that, and some of the trauma you've experienced from relationships. I think it's a word that guys don't like to use a lot, but it's something that happens, right? Men can be traumatized in relationships in the way we're treated by our partners. And I
Mhm.
always thought, no cap, no bullshit. I always thought that was considering that you were toxic Berlin 9 to like 10 p.m., like 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then this more, I don't want to say softer, but that's the word,
Mhm.
was what came out. Let's get into some of what motivated you to share some of those traumas.
I think it was mostly on me being drunk, getting tired and not talking about it. Uh, Believe it or not, bro, in real life, I didn't even have anybody who I can talk to my problems about, bro.
Right.
So having people that was really just, like supportive, like Bex, who is like an older sister to me, she's always been there for your boy. So
Right.
I always felt like comfortable, like whenever she was there to like actually talk about my feelings and shit.
Right.
Um, Same thing for like the new people. Was they're not new, but Cincy, Izzy, good fucking guys, bro. Like I talked to some serious stuff about them, like the whole thing about manhood, because I didn't have any like positive role models in my life and shit like that, and so like me growing up and actually trying to look for that, I'm like over here looking for answers. I think that's why I spend so much time like watching this red pill stuff and the whole manosphere, because I'm just over here looking for answers of how to be a man and shit, you know.
No, I could dig that. I could dig that. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about manhood and the expectation. Now, what is your understanding of what a man should be?
Provider, supporter, patient,
Right.
especially with a woman, uh, caring. I probably say like mostly a provider, bro, and supporter when it comes to like, being in a relationship with a woman. To be
Mm.
honest,
Now, is that something you? Now, I know you already answered this question, but not something you had mirrored to you growing up. Obviously, what's your relationship like with your parents, man? If you don't mind me asking that, brother.
oh man, for the longest of me growing up, my relationship with my mom was never the best. It's like after I moved to California and lived there for like 5 years, and then came back is when the whole relationship between my mom actually started to get better. We started talking more, and the whole reason why it gotten better, I wouldn't say it's because it was on her part, because I'm not gonna lie, my mom's still the same old mom, but it's because I learned some things from people who I've been in a relationship with, where
Hmm.
I would see how the way they would interact with their families, and like I would get jealous of that, and I was always like looking at them, and I was like, how can you interact with your brother and your sister and your mom this way? And I'm like, and I'm just looking at that and just looking at how the way I interact with my family. I'm like, I want that. That's beautiful, man. You know.
Right.
So I started to work on myself for like the longest, where I'm just away from my family, and you know, it made me more calm. It made me, I would say, it probably made me like more level headed, like peace of mind, where I'm not like always like so short tempered. I'm still short tempered, believe it or not, but
Right.
it made me into a better person overall. Honestly, just being away, you know.
No, I can dig that, man. I can dig that. So here's the thing, right? As we
Mhm.
move through this conversation, this is obviously just like any other conversations that matter. But I'm gonna have a little bit more fun with you because you can take a lot more stuff that other people can't take. But I'm gonna keep it respectful. But we got to talk about the red pill movement. So let me just talk about it from my vantage point. I was minding my business one day at 11 a.m. I think it was. Right? I had just contracted COVID, so I was sequestered to my basement.
Uh,
I just decided to do like an afternoon stream. Bex jumped in, G jumped in, I believe Cage jumped in, and I was just like, "Oh, this is cool." People, I don't usually show up if I do something this day. And then Berlin jumped in. I'm playing music, and Berlin hit me with the "Hey, Steve," and that Berlin voice. You ever heard of Kevin Samuels? You soft ass old man. And I'm like, no, I haven't heard of him before, Berlin. Who is he? And you asked me a poignant question. You're like, what do you know about the red pill movement, and what do you think about it? So I didn't know anything at the time. I was like, I don't know much about Kevin Samuels. I knew the viral moment that everyone knew, but why don't you describe how you first encountered Kevin Samuel?
ooh, the first time I counted it, by watching Abba and Preach. They were showing this one video where he was, I guess, where it all started with, "Oh, you're average at best," with the one young lady saying like, "Oh, she wanted like a guy in six figures because
Right.
she's in six figures," and etc. And to be honest, I liked it. And let me be honest with you, the reason why I liked it is because it had a lot to do with what I've been through in my own relationship past, where I guess you can say I was still bitter. So I'm like, that's exactly what the fuck she get. In my mind, I'm like, that's exactly what she gets. So I'm like, we finally get some fucking revenge, and that's the whole reason why I liked it. You know,
Right.
but I kind of venture out from Cameron Samuels and went into like more, I guess you could say more positive people when it comes to like the whole red pill movement. I would say Abba and Preach. There's one dude named Jamari. This
Yeah.
other this other dude, I forget his. He got a long ass fucking YouTube name, but I'm not gonna try to even remember
Oh,
that.
mediocre tutorials and
How did
that
you
guy.
know? How did you
Yeah,
know?
I do. Whenever I have someone on for an interview, I always, and I go and find out everything I can about them and what they believe, and who else they associate with.
Hey, you did some good ass research, bro. Hey, I didn't expect you to know that. Damn.
I told you, Berlin, I live in this shit, man. If I'm gonna interview someone, I want to know as much as I can about what they believe.
Oh man.
So tell me about mediocre, because he is different. I would say he's much different in his approach towards the topic of red pill, and I saw that myself when the Abba and Preach versus what are those two guys named Fresh and Fit.
Oh,
When
those
their beef
guys.
came out, everyone was making videos about the beef, and they were getting down on Fresh and Fit, and that's easy to do.
Mhm.
But mediocre,
He didn't.
he didn't do anything. He
Yeah.
sat back and he was like, "Gentlemen, don't get involved with public beefs." He was like, if you want to hit me up and talk to me about it, hit me on my Patreon and maybe I'll answer a question. What is his version of the red pill mean to you?
His version of red pill is like mostly like I guess avoiding this whole little double standard thing and like having like women take advantage of you, and for guys to be smarter, be very open minded. Don't like I remember he was talking about this one thing with the whole fraternity test should be mandatory at birth, and I agree with him, because it does protect the dude, because you never know if the girl is like out like stepping out on you or whatnot. And I was like, that's a good idea. I at the same day I went to go talk to my mom about it. She said that's a good idea too, which was actually really surprising that my mom thought it was a good idea coming from a woman.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, But I think from what his red pill meaning means to me is say protect yourself as a man, protect your peace of mind. Overall, just protect yourself.
Now,
That's
see,
what I
and
think.
that's something that I want to hear from you. What do you feel? And this is not to disparage, but this is to give you the opportunity to really talk about it, if you're willing to. What do you feel like you would need to protect yourself from? Because I think some people hear that statement and they hear like chauvinist, man, woman hater. But what is the threat you think that you would need to protect yourself from?
So I'm just gonna go speaking on my experience with a girl. I did with a lot of mental abuse and where it's like I wasn't allowed to like feel how the way I wanted to feel without it being thrown back at me.
Mm,
And I would just say protect your mental mind because overall, from all I went through, that was like the most important thing that I had to like really take some time to actually think about and how important that is to me.
right.
Because it didn't make me feel good. Like make me feel like let's just say for example, if you have your car, right?
Mhm.
And it's your car, you pay for it, you make all the payments on it, and everything like that. And
Right.
your girlfriend at home let somebody else drive your car without even asking you, and then that person wrecks your car, and you get pissed off about it. And then
Right.
she's like making it seem like she's throwing it back at you, like why the fuck are you getting pissed, and all this other and etc. stuff, making it seem like you can't catch an attitude. And it's like it's your car. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And this is just an example, but that's what I'm talking about, like stuff like that. And the list goes on and on and on. I can really get into it, but it's just an interview with you. I know there's other things that we're gonna talk about. And
No, this is an interview about you because I've always wanted to ask you this question, and I think you have the opportunity to speak up and give people a real look into your mind because I've always known that you are more than the caricature that you played. You know what I'm saying? It didn't take hanging out with you to 4 in the morning to figure that out. But I want to ask you a question because I don't think a lot of people see this from guys. Would you say that the relationship you're describing or the one you're in was that a verbally abusive relationship?
yeah,
Like, did you go through mental abuse with this young lady?
yeah,
Now that's something that I think gets overlapped in this conversation, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've always wanted to ask you. What was the attraction to the red pill? Did it help you feel empowered to defend yourself against that from happening again?
yeah. To be honest, it made me realize that I wasn't in the wrong, and I actually had a voice, and I can actually express myself how the way I want to without it like people saying like, oh, you're wrong for feeling how the way you are, or you're wrong for being angry. You know.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, it really did make me feel completely different as being a man and like everything and etc. Like it made me feel a lot better about myself, honestly.
And yeah, I'm glad that you're sharing this and you're being transparent about it, man. I find that there are a lot of useful things that I've heard in the red pill, like especially from a brother like mediocre tutorials and reviews. Like he is someone that is trying to help men understand that they have rights. Same thing with lead attorney,
Mm,
WAPO. Like their core mission isn't to put women down, but they are. They're not what you would call meek men. Right? They're not. Go ahead.
can I ask you
What
a
do you,
question?
you can ask me a question.
Now, when it comes to the whole red pill movement, would you say that is sexist? Because I feel like that's a bold ass statement right there.
So the totality of it. Now
Mm.
there are different distinctions, right? There's the
Oh yeah,
manos,
I
there's the
know.
manosphere proper, then there's the the black manosphere, and then there is the trollosphere. Would I
Mm,
say that the trollosphere, the guys who are looking for clickbaits and things like of that nature, fresh and fit, yes, those cats fall firmly in the realm of misogyny. Would
I
I
can
say
agree with that.
that? Would I say mediocre lead attorney? Anton Johnson, friggin' El Wapo. Would I say those guys are chauvinists who are women haters? Absolutely not. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like I would not say that because each one of those men, except for mediocre, I'm pretty sure lead attorney, he might be married. Those men have women. They have wives. They have
mm,
women in their lives, right?
yeah.
And they treat their women with a certain amount of respect and reverence as they should. I've seen no evidence where they're putting down women. Now, if we get to fresh and fit, they dug their own grave, right? But that was the market they were going for, and I think a lot of women fall for the okey doke when it comes to Fresh and Fit, because it's like that's what they're doing. They say provocative things to get clicks. You go there, and that's the entire show. They bring 10 women into a condo, right? 10 women who aren't educated in whatever subject they're about to talk about.
Yeah.
And they hand them a mic and they're like, "Yo, what's your thought on paleontology?" And they're like, "I don't know. I just been drinking out at the club." Yeah, obviously that's a hit piece. But that's just my humble opinion. I think the word chauvinist gets thrown around too often to describe behaviors that are not inherently toxic, right? I know that I'm a vestige of a relic from a time forgotten where, it was okay to open the door for a woman. Chivalry was fine. And as a man, you had to stand your ground and put your 10 toes down and stand up for what you believe in. I don't think every form of masculinity is toxic. In fact, I've laid out my definition a few times. Toxic masculinity is what happens when you allow everyone to determine what something is. It's the traits of manhood gone awry when they're unchecked by other men, right? It's locker mentality only works when there isn't another dude to stand up and be like, "Yo, don't mess with him like that." You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come at my boy like that. Don't do that. And that's what happens when you don't check evil. But this isn't an interview about me, Berlin. It's about you. Do you think it's chauvinist?
Who the whole red pill movement?
Yeah.
To be honest, bro, when I hear the word chauvinist, I gotta Google that. What the hell does that mean? Be honest with you.
A what?
Chauvinist? What the hell does it mean? Like exactly? Because
Well,
everybody has their own definitions of it.
Okay. Well, what's your definition?
I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this question. Are there, besides Fresh and Fit and their ideas, are there ideas that come out in the red pill movement that you're like, that you would probably say, that's kind of dangerous. You shouldn't say that stuff out loud?
Oh man. Yeah, actually, cause man, I can't even picture myself to do this. So they got this thing where it's like, say for example, you get married to a girl, and at the time she's fit at the time. Over the time of marriage, she gets, probably lean more towards the obese side, and they're what they're saying is that like, since guys are visual creatures and etc., they're saying like, you know what, if that's not what you married and she's not trying to change her ways and you talk to her about it plenty of times, they say to just leave her. And I'm like,
Right.
I understand where you're getting at, but I'm like, man, I'm like, bro, you know how much hate you would get for that, bro?
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I can't picture myself doing anything like that at all. You know, that's
No, I can't picture you doing anything like that either, to be honest with you.
and that's
You're so-
something I don't agree with them on that shit. I don't.
yeah, no, I think in all honesty, man, a lot of people need to ask themselves a question like, what has this? Why? I'm a big cause and effect person, right? What was the cause, and this is the reason. This happened, and now this happened, and I can't just systematically say that the entire movement was come about to suppress and oppress Black women, because that's not all the voices in the red pill movement. Like, and people who typically say that haven't gone through enough to see that there are different voices. I will say that those voices do exist, and they're some of the most prominent voices. But the question is, why would so many young men turn to it? The easy answer would be because they want to control women. And it's like, no, something disenfranchised these young men. Even from what you're describing with your relationship, your past relationship, it sounds like you were disenfranchised. Is that a correct assumption, or?
Yeah.
So that's the question we need to ask ourselves. What's driving young men to this place? Let me ask you another question. I want to get off the red pill because I don't want you to be responsible for that entire movement, right? You have your own belief structures. You're not here to defend them unless you feel like doing that. But remember, you got to go back to these streets after this interview. So, let me ask you one final question about it. Do you feel like it has improved your mental state and the way you maneuver in life?
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, actually, to a certain extent, because I'm not gonna lie, it has made me more cautious around women. Where it's like, I look at them in a certain type of way. I don't mean like anything negative, but it's like I'm kind of like trying to get to know them better just to see what their mental mind is, and then it's like, if they're more on like the childish stuff, it's like I wouldn't even like even entertain that at all. So I'm
Right.
mostly trying, yeah, I'm mostly trying to see like where their mind is, or like let's just say for example, if it's like I have my walls up all the damn time, like my guard up all the damn time around a woman. It doesn't
Uh-huh.
matter who she is. If I'm just walking by them, I wouldn't talk to them. I wouldn't even look at them. Basically, because it's like I don't like nowadays. It's like if I were to look at them, it's like it's kind of like looked at in a certain type of way. Oh, he's like being a pervert or something like that. So I don't even look at him. I look in the opposite direction because I don't want to deal with that. And
Right.
that's kind of like what they tell you. Like don't even even validate them. And I don't validate women unless like it's somebody who I'm talking to exclusively. I
Mm,
wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't tell them that. Oh, you look good and stuff like that. No, I just avoid that shit. Like, no, I'm not gonna give you that at all.
okay. I get it. But give me some tangible other than that. What are some other ways it's improved you?
Oh, my value as a man. It's like it made me want to take care of myself more. It made me want to look good, smell good, all for me instead of like doing it for another girl.
Okay.
It made me value my time more. Where it's like, do I really want to let a girl take some part of my time of my day?
Right.
It made me value that more. It made me want to stay on my focus. I mean, not my focus, my purpose, instead of worrying about women. So I'm mostly worrying about what I'm gonna do in my life before I even worry about a woman. I actually like that because it actually makes me, it keeps my mind off of that. Where that can be very distracting. Where I'm looking at like what's the prize, what I'm trying to do in my life and stuff. You know?
So yeah, and I was hoping you would go there, man. The on purpose task. What is it that you feel like in this next season of your life, man? You're about to be monetized. Obviously, you're doing very well. You're doing very well. But what is the purpose? What is the task for you? What's next?
What's next? Try to try to make my name bigger. Try to venture out to other YouTubers who are probably in the same range as me or even bigger.
Right.
Collaborate, get to know more people, travel more, do what I need to do in my own life, save up money just to like look at the how much money I'm making off of each video and just multiply that, do the math, and just see like where I'm gonna be at within the end of this year or money wise, and see what my plan is to do after that. I really want to start my whole merch thing. I got to talk to somebody about that. I want to see my logo on some hoodies, some t-shirts, some hats. I want to see that. I want to do that. I'm best believe I'm gonna be wearing my own product, bro. That's me. All the way.
Yeah. Anyone that gave you crap about wearing your own product, Berlin, they're suffering from something called haterade. They hate. You know what I'm saying? They hate you because they ain't you, man. So you do you, young brother. So as you move into this next season, though, I got to bring you back to something else.
Uh,
Let's talk about the infamous date. The infamous date. The infamous date with one Leilani. You were what, my second contestant on you and Leilani were my second contestants on Spy on a Date, and I'm just gonna just out in the gate open.
uh,
I was impressed by you. You know what I'm saying? I was impressed by how well you did, how composed you were, because I thought you were going to be a stammering idiot. Because I know, like, I know Leilani can be intimidating to some guys, not me, but most guys.
nah, not at all.
You did extremely well.
And I would say the only problem I had in that date with her is that I felt like she was pressured. Like she felt some type of damn. What's the way I'm looking? Like she kept on trying to make the conversation go. I'm like, okay, let me talk. Like you over here asking me like 21 questions. Like damn.
That
Like
was me. That was me. I was giving her questions to ask
oh,
you.
you was giving her questions. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, I'm trying to ask you some questions, get to know you a little better.
that was 100% me. I was applying pressure by way of that's why I said you did really well. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
That's the part most people didn't know. But
mhm.
continue. So what were your impressions? Now that you know that, what did you think of the date?
I thought it was cool. Uh, she was alright. had a great time. She was fun. I wish we would have went to like just some. I don't know, walk in the park, walk on the beach, go karting, something like you want to
Right.
go out to a fancy dinner. This is boring. You want me to
What?
eat my food in front of you while you eat yours? Like I don't want to look at you eat. Can we do?
Berlin, knock that shit off, man. You were completely. You can fucking try to spin this shit. I let you speak for like 30 seconds. I had the cameras on, even though they couldn't see you. And this is why, young brother, I didn't put the cameras on for the day. It wasn't because you didn't make up your bed or anything like that. I was like, I don't want people to have to look him in the eyes as he's dealing with all that love coming off his face. And you were struggling at some points, man. You couldn't make eye contact. Just keep it a buck. Why you gotta lie now, man? What is it about Leilani that I know you look at her like a sister, but what is it about Leilani in particular? Leilani Beck's Tree. What is it about these women?
They were completely different from the women that I have experienced in my life. Completely different. They were more cool, laid back, chill. I can talk to them. I felt safe talking to them about like personal things. I wasn't afraid that they were actually, try to use that against me. Like me be vulnerable and then they weaponize it against me at all. I didn't get that feeling from them
Okay.
whatsoever. And that's very important to me. You know, I
So
always say, oh, go ahead,
yeah.
go ahead.
No. Say it. Go ahead. It's very important. You always say.
I was gonna say that I think a man's vulnerability is like sex to a woman. You're not just gonna get that shit to anybody.
Oh, say that shit again. That was some deep. I'm not bullshitting. Say it again because there's some people in the green room chat I think might appreciate it. Say it again.
Vulnerability to a man is like sex for a woman. You're not gonna give it to anybody. You know.
God damn. I just wish I wouldn't have made you say that live. I would have put that on a shirt and coined that. Blown up. You'd have been like a crazy person. Like, I said it to Steve. It was me. So explain that to me, the vulnerability aspect. So you are not willing to be vulnerable with every woman you come across then.
No, not at all. Not at all.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the women you are willing to be vulnerable with outside of the three. Any woman in particular caught your eye lately? Just stand out to you, or do you have love in your life right now, Berlin?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
Will you learn a word like that? Okay, let me pivot. Let me pivot a little bit.
Okay.
Describe the attributes of the woman you want to spend more time with.
Oh man. Hey, job, bro. Fun, loving spirit. They like adventure. They like to have fun. They like the simple things in life. They're not. It's like they'll be completely okay with dating a guy who is a minimalist. They don't really ask for a lot. They don't really look forward to a lot. They don't really care if you rich or not. And that's cool. I like that. I'm not. It's not. I'm not over here thinking like, okay, she's just in a relationship with me because she know that I can able to provide something for her, and then after those resources are gone, she's gonna hit the fucking road.
All right. So those are some traits, but I think we can go a little deeper, Berlin. I think we can go a little deeper. Why don't you give me 5 other traits of the woman you're looking for, just so the ladies know what it is, because you're going to blow up and you're going to have a lot of people coming after you. And when I'm opening your car door so you can get into the Grammys or the Video Game Awards, you throw me my $20 bill, I want to be able to describe your 5 traits to the women that are trying to get in your car. So describe 5 traits you would want in a young lady, other than the ones you just said. Let's go a little deeper.
Considerate,
Mm-hmm.
understanding, uh, has a sense of humor. Don't they don't take life too serious, even though if life has its ups and downs all the damn time.
Right.
Um, Motivated, passionate. I like a girl who's wants to do something with their life.
I can dig that.
I'm trying to think of one last one. Oh, creativity. Creativity is I like it. It's pretty cool. Cause
Okay. That is good. That's good. Why look at the camera? What are you looking down for?
because I got this damn milkshake that just melted, bro. I'm like over here playing around with it, bro.
Pause.
Yeah, pause.
All right, so now let's get into some video game talk, man. We did quasi political, we did red pill talk, and that's not the sum total of who you are, man. We did love talk, so let's talk about video games. What do video games mean to you, my brother?
To be honest, video games used to mean like a lot of fun to me, but now it's like I don't enjoy them. And I don't think it's just me, like how the way I've been feeling, like how I feel about games changing. I think it's because how games are nowadays, where it's like I don't know, you don't really have a lot of games that's centered around a single player. You have a lot of games that's always about multiplayer, and then you got a lot of multiplayer games. You deal with a lot of toxic people, and you always got to compete and every now and then. And, sometimes it does take the fun out of the game because I don't want to hop on a game and compete all the damn time. Sometimes I just want to sit there, chill, relax, do a few missions. That's it. Like let's just have a little fun, progress in the game, and that's about it, bro. But I don't know, games just isn't as fun as it was for me. And I think that's just another thing that I like about me recording my gameplays is that it's fun to do it. It's fun for me to sit there and do my raw commentary about the game, talking to the game like the game can fucking hear me. I like it. It's really fun. I be sitting here asking the game questions and shit, and shit, and it offers a lot of fun to me, and I really like doing it.
That's dope. That's dope, man. And that comes across in your videos, man. Even the latest one you just posted. Thank you for the shout out. And also, I'm sure Carmen saw the Yatu Sabes shout out at the beginning of it, man. It's clear that you do get very creative with it. And some people just don't, they're not entertaining, right? You can watch someone play video games and you're like, this wasn't fun at all. I could have just played the game myself.
Yeah.
But you do sound like a crazy person talking to the game. Even the other night when we were on call, I don't know what you were playing. If it was Yu-Gi-Oh or something, you got old school angry, like accused the game of cheating angry. And I think that makes for good content. Anything else you're going to be working on? That was, if you're trying to figure out what night it was the first therapy session night. That first night we were all chilling. What other creative things are you going to be getting into on your channel?
Something that I'm trying to do right now in my life is try to get one of you guys on a damn video. Like, look, I understand that you guys have background noises and stuff like that, but it's like the recording session.
I ain't got no background noise. This is
ain't got no background noises.
No, this is professional level shit.
Okay, I'm just speaking in general for anybody else that's in the Discord. And what I was gonna say. I want to get y'all on a video. Like, let's do a gameplay. I want to do a series with you guys. Like, I posted like the Dying Light 2 game came out. I was like, bro, let's do a series. I've been really wanting to do like a fun series with a group of friends. And to be honest, I do not want somebody who is a fake somebody who act like they made the damn game. They'd be like, "Oh, you're not playing the game right." Shut the fuck.
You don't want to. You don't want to developer.
Hell no, bro. I can't stand them motherfuckers, bro. Like, oh my gosh, like it's a game for me to have fun. I don't get. And I have people in my channel before say like, "Oh, you're not playing our game right," and they'll get pissed off. I'm like, bro, go over there with that shit, man. Wherever you came from, go watch their fucking own gameplay, bro. I'm not gonna be doing that.
There's always contrarians. They always show up.
Yeah,
everywhere you go.
Like they were complaining about me not upgrading. I didn't know you can upgrade in a damn game, man. How you expect? I do not spend my whole entire time just sitting here playing the damn game, bro. I don't like. I just do it for my entertainment. I have fun with it. I didn't know you can upgrade your character, bro. I'm not looking for all that. No, my bad.
I dig it. I do want to talk about like what you've done creatively. You didn't bring it up on your own, so I'm going to shout you out for it, man. I'm in a lot of different Discords, man. I am, and there's a lot of conversations going on in multiple different Discords, and I seldomly participate in any of them. I enjoy your Discord. I really do. Maybe it's because I know everyone in there and I know the cut of everyone in there, but you've really built a cool ass community over there. Tell me, and it came out of nowhere. Tell me what inspired that. What made you finally want to get on Discord?
Oh, damn! Do I really want to talk about that? Oh, I was in the Discord. It's this girl.
Carmen says she made you get on Discord.
Hell no. I got on Discord. This one time, this girl, she had a lot of servers, bro. And one of her servers, I guess you can say they would post like like news and shit like that. And I'm
Mm,
like, if y'all want to do that, that's cool. Y'all do that. And then I went into this one girl's live stream on Spoon, right? And she
mhm.
was saying like, "Oh, I bet the only reason why you came in the Discord because you want to do such and such to my pictures." And after that, I fucking left. I was like, you know what? I was like, don't flatter yourself thinking I'm gonna fucking come in here and do that. That's where I left, and let me create my own fucking server, bro. And that's
Yeah.
what I did. I'm like, I couldn't stand that shit. Like, oh, you over here think, man, only if I can say what the hell I really want to say, but I understand, it's your channel. I'm not gonna,
I ain't got thousands of viewers, Berlin. One toxic moment could end my whole shit. Right?
yeah.
Hey, shout out to D Love in the chat. What's up, D? How are you, D?
Baby girl, about to get that, you
so
know.
you so you started the Discord, man, and originally it was only 3 rooms, and then I woke up one morning, no cap, and there were a plethora of rooms, and there's plenty of chatter, people talking, showing love to each other. You guys got a big trip planned. I unfortunately, will not be going for obvious reasons.
Mhm.
But you have this great community around you. Even right now in the chat, Lizzie Lou Sunflower screams out, "We love you." How
Oh
does
my
it feel
gosh.
to have such a loving community around you?
You know what, bro? It feels amazing, man. It's beautiful. It really is. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You guys are really like an actual fucking family, bro. Like for real, for real. And it's not any fakeness going on. At least I don't sense, or it's not coming from my gut. I don't have a hunch
Right.
or anything about none of you guys, and I like that, bro. Everybody's being supportive of everybody. If we're going through something, we're talking about it, and it's really beautiful, man. We sitting here playing games with each other. We're chatting for hours. Just us being us without anybody judging us. Like, for example, like Liz, she say some weird stuff, make some weird noises. Same thing for Izzy. And I'm like, I'm not over here judging them. Like, be you, because I do some weird shit too.
Yeah, your eyes look pretty bug out sometimes when you're
Oh
playing
my,
games.
oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh.
Everyone catches it, right? I catch the butt of the elder, your senior citizen jokes. Not very funny, not the most creative jokes, but that's all right. I'm gonna start lighting people up. I'm just getting to know you kids, So before I go full toxic, I figure I get to know you a little bit more. But you have built something really cool, man, and I think it speaks volumes to who you actually are. So get ready for your compliment, Berlin.
Okay.
On top of publicly apologizing to you, I also want to say that I don't believe for a second that you're actually toxic. There's no way these two things can exist at the same time. You are not a toxic person. You are a person that enjoys saying what he likes to say when he wants to say it. And I don't always think it's for attention seeking either. I really do genuinely believe that you ask questions that you might not know the answers to.
Yeah.
So I want to say that in your defense. Not that you need to be defended. In case you didn't know, Berlin's also a pretty fucking big dude. In case you didn't know this, like if you didn't know, he's the man's kind of swole. You probably wouldn't have that same type of energy if you were in his face. But real talk, you are a good young man, and I'm not going to blurt your business out. You posted something in your Discord in regards to your content creation, and I would just say this to you, man:
Mhm.
stay the course, keep doing what you're doing, because you're right. You're right there. I truly believe that.
Mhm.
Well, fuck you too, Berlin.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. And you know what, bro? I'm not really a mean guy, bro. And toxic, that can be very subjective, but I'm actually a nice guy. It's like if I give you plenty of chances and you piss me off, it's like I'm not gonna just sit there and keep letting you do that. I made that mistake before in the past. And I'm like over that. So I'm gonna take out the fucking trash. I'm not trying to call anybody trash, but you get the reference I'm
No,
trying to.
I get you. I get you. And
Yeah,
I think that and sometimes that in moments people look at it and it's easy to call that behavior toxic, but it makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what it is. Like sometimes you got to debo up on some people, sometimes you got to be a counselor, sometimes you got to be a
yeah.
friend, but I respect the fact that you're willing to protect yours and good for you, man. Now, final question of the evening.
Mhm.
You do know we have a date going on tonight. Not you and I. And there's nothing wrong with that either. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, I,
Like,
I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel awkward. I'm like,
we have Izzy versus Kathy. Put your commentator hat on. Who do you think walks away with the W? Who takes the L?
man, that's difficult because I'm not gonna lie, Kathy. She's saying that she's shy.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like she's kind of intimidating. But even then, I feel like my boy Izzy probably got it because I know, like, just no homo. I mean, no pause. This guy's a handsome dude. Like, he may be acting like he's shy, but I know he probably got some game. And
With his bare hands.
yeah, but I think, all in all, I think I got my money on Izzy. I think he's gonna take the cake on this one, 100% on that one.
Hey, there you go. You heard it. You heard it. You heard it from Berlin himself, man. Berlin, man, this interview was long overdue, but not the last one you and I will do. You're someone I actually had a really good time playing.
Oh, Rogue
uh,
Hump. The
Road
game
Trip,
is fun. The game is
right?
fun. I like it, bro. Honestly, I really like that game.
We had a good time. I switched it to bots for the last game because we were getting smoked. Those
Those are
first,
bots. You had
yeah,
me thinking that I was putting in work, bro. Oh no,
wanted
man.
you to leave feeling good about yourself. We're not going to talk about how you were supposed to be watching my back multiple times. I'm like, Berlin, you got me. I turn around. Berlin's off chasing someone.
My bad, bro.
It's all good, man. That's what video games are for. They're supposed to bring people together and have fun. Mr. DT DUBTV. Any shout outs you want to give? Anything you want to plug? Anyone you want to curse out before you go?
Oh, shout out to you, Steve. Shout out to Carmen. Shout out to G. Shout out to Tree. Bex, where the hell's your YouTube channel at? You said that you're working on it. I need to see that pronto. Like, come on. Shout out to Cincy. Shout out to Izzy. Shout out to everybody that's in the Discord. Liz, you get on my nerves, but you cool, I guess.
Yeah, normally I would defend Liz, but she took a hell of a shot at me today. You saw that? That was like a paragraph.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. I seen
I
that.
was like, so here she goes, switching from innocent to tiger, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna treat it like a tiger from now on. So remember, you started that shit. Berlin, my brother, I'm gonna let you end the show with your own catchphrase, anything you say at the end of the video, and then we're gonna get ready for Spy on a Date. That'll be starting at 10 p.m.
Okay.
Go ahead and close the show out.
All right, y'all. We're gonna end the live stream here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let your boy know in the comment section how you guys feel about this live stream. Let your boy know also in the comment section who you guys want to see Steve do do an interview with next. And also, show some love. Please subscribe to his channel, subscribe to my channel, but mostly subscribe to his. Be active in the comment section. Get the YouTube algorithm changed where comments matter more than likes nowadays. But until then, next time, I'm outie. See you guys.
Peace.
Peace.